Ah, God. Christina, I just want you to know that I just made you a beautiful video and then I lost it. And sometimes technology just makes me want to cry because I don't have the energy to make you another 8-minute video. I'm so sorry. I might not have the energy to make anybody any videos. I just spent an hour trying to find it. So here's what I said, and I said it in a much nicer tone of voice, and this tone of voice isn't directed towards you, it's directed towards Snagit. Stupid program. So you said that you were having difficulty getting what you wanted. This is what you wanted. So I'm going to tell you how you could have gotten what you wanted. Not because you should have been able to figure it out, but because this is an intro to lighting class and I'm teaching you right now. I'm not telling you what you should have done, I'm teaching you. So here's the problems with your lighting setup. Everything around is all white. It's white everywhere. White, 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 white. And all that white reflective wall space is bouncing light back into your subject. And that is why you're seeing a lot of light in the background and it's not fading to black. Now, what you could have done, well, what you could do in the meantime, I'm so frustrated. So you've got white sheets here, and you might want to get yourself a set of black ones. But what you could do while you're figuring out how to buy a bunch of black sheets is get some black foam core or poster board, and you can use flags so that you are flagging off areas that you don't want light bounced back into. So, you know, back here, right behind the light, so it's not interrupting the light to your model, but it's flagging the light that would be bounced back from this wall up here and over here. I hope that makes sense. And that would solve a lot of your problems. You would actually get this. You would actually get your scene fading to black like you want. And then you said that you wanted it a bit more desaturated. This can be done with gels. Gels are very simple cellophane, rolls of cellophane that you just cut out whatever shape you need from, and then they have a bit of pigment in them. So what you want here is a cooling gel. You want a gel that's slightly blue. And you can order these off of B&H or anywhere, and they're not really that expensive. Now, they're going to be difficult to use with your tungsten lights because your tungsten lights are hot and the gels will melt if you don't move them quickly. But when you get into studio photography and you start using your strobes, gels are going to be very, very helpful. So start thinking about and researching that purchase. Let's see. And then lastly, my last feedback to you is that I can see that you're shooting at ISO 3200 at often 1,000th of a second. And that is really unnecessary. That's why you're getting so much digital noise here. You're losing sharpness and crispness and clarity to digital noise at ISO 3200. You could bump that down 2 stops, so that would be ISO 800, or better yet, 3 stops, and you can shoot then at 1/25th of a second. So you would just make an exposure equivalent. So it's 1/25th of a second, and ISO 400 is an equivalent to 1/1000th of a second in ISO 3200. I hope that makes sense. Because this is just too much digital noise here. And then lastly, these shots, this one and this one, are pretty good. I love the detail here and that we could see the sweat on his forehead. That's just wonderful. Unfortunately, he's so close to the background that the background is within the depth of field, so we can see the wrinkles and stuff on it. And then this one is actually a good shot. It's starting to get to, other than the saturation levels of the colors, it's getting to where you want, where he's actually fading into black. This is a pretty good shot. And then this one, unfortunately, his face is out of the depth of field. What's crisply in the depth of field is his arm back here, but this is in front of the depth of field. So if you look at an enlarged view on that on your monitor, you'll see that. Okay, so this movie is half the length of the other one and really snarky, so I'm so sorry about that. But it's not you, it's my technology that's driving me nuts right now. But other than that, I can see that you worked really hard on this assignment, a lot of really great poses and shots, and I think you honestly did a pretty good job with a model who seemed otherwise unwilling. Well done. Thank you, Christina.